let's talk about the bar. What is the bar exam? Well, it's just basically the test to be a lawyer. Every state has their own bar exam to be able to enter into their state bar. And this test is really tough, you guys. Lawyers that have taken this have horror stories about this exam. And they say that it's like the worst 10 weeks of their lives, because that's approximately how much people study prior to taking the test. I am definitely not prepared. Definitely 100% not prepared. But there are ways to study. So what is my plan? There are these bar courses. The big two that I know of is Barbary and Themis. I've decided to go with Themis for no real particular reason besides the fact that my school is just flooded with Themis representatives, and well, I decided
why not?
But I heard that they are very, very similar. The bar courses are expensive. If I'm not mistaken, they're definitely over $1,000. It's basically a 10-week course where they'll essentially teach you everything you need to know about the bar exam and how to pass. On the topic of passing, I think the statistics is that only 50% of the country passes the bar exam. That's why you'll hear many people say that there's no other exam like the bar exam.
Stop the cap.
Let's talk about like what's actually inside the bar exam. So the bar exam is 2 days. This year it's going to be July 25th and July 26th. It's essentially an all-day exam. You do like 3 hours in the morning, take a small break, and then 3 hours in the afternoon on both days. You'll be tested on multiple choice questions, essays, and something called a performance test. So the multiple choice questions are just like every other multiple choice question format. The subjects are just very specific to like the legal world, you know. The essays basically consist of, they give you a fact pattern, then you have the issue spot, because sometimes they don't even give you the question. You have to essentially read the fact pattern, see what the problem is, and then write something out. And that's the trickiest part. That's why this type of essay is very different from any other essay, because most essays, they give you a prompt. They tell you exactly what they want you to look for. But in this case, fact pattern, and then like identify all issues. So you really have to be good at not just knowing the law, but knowing when to apply it, when it's possible. Everybody that goes to law school has some sort of practice in that. Obviously not to the extent needed to be able to pass the bar. That's why there are these supplemental bar courses. But it still gives you a preview of what to expect. If you were to take a criminal procedure class, your final will be a criminal procedure essay. But in the bar exam, it could be a criminal procedure essay mixed in with criminal law or mixed in with evidence. So it's like it could be a bunch of things being tested at the same time, and it really falls on you to be able to identify everything on the test yourself. The performance test is essentially like a closed book exam where they'll provide everything. They'll provide the law, they'll provide the cases, they'll provide the facts, they'll provide everything that they want you to have in order to answer a very specific assignment. It could be writing a brief, it could be writing a memo, it could be a persuasive essay that you're going to give to the judge, or an objective one that you need to give to a partner. They'll provide what you need to do, and then they'll give you all the documents. This is a test where they want to see a real life situation of like how you would act as a lawyer, where here's the cases, write me something good. Write me something that will either persuade me or will teach me objectively what we need to do. Right now I'm actually practicing. I'm taking this class at my law school where we are practicing these performance tests, and quite honestly it reminds me a lot of the different assignments that I did over the summer last year. So yeah, it's gonna be those 2 days. I registered for the exam.
Hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
It went live on March 1st. I know a lot of people who stayed up till midnight to be able to get registered and get registered at the place and location they wanted to, but I heard that the site crashes a lot of times, so I decided to just go to sleep and wake up early. And I got it. I got exactly where I want to go take it. But like, what's my plan moving forward? Well, the bar course says that they start somewhere in May, right after graduation. They do give you access to it in March, or at least Themis does, and they told me that I'm gonna get stuff in March. I don't know if I'm gonna be studying that early. Like I said, most people only study for 10 weeks and they're fine, and it's not like you have to get an 80 or a 90% on this. You just need a 60%, and you still have 50% of the people failing. That's how hard the test is. I might start studying in April. if I have the material in March and I go over it and I see that I could do maybe some multiple choice questions or maybe review the outline and start memorizing some of the laws, I think I might do that just so I can get a head start and don't feel pressured of being able to do everything in 10 weeks. Because 10 weeks seems like a lot, but I don't think it will. Considering the weight of this test and considering that it will literally determine if I'm going to be a lawyer and possibly also determine if I'm going to be able to keep the job that I have.
Oh, well, no pressure.
And regarding YouTube, I don't know. I mean, if you've been following me for a while and you see my shorts, I usually post legal updates that are happening about the world, and I know this is very, very different from what I usually post, but I made this YouTube channel not just to post news and stuff or legal analysis on stuff that I find interesting, but to also have this like video documentary about like my life and my progress and my career. And yeah, this registration doesn't really mean anything right now and I haven't really done anything, but boy, the moment I hit submit, things got real. I'm only a few months away from being a lawyer and I don't know if I'm ready, but I know I'll have to be.